Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, we'll meet the new CEO of American Textile Company, a company that's not just making it in America, but making it right here in our region. Plus, lessons learned from a former CEO. Chris Allison's written a book about it. But first, the new year's the perfect time to take stock of a career. Looking for a new job or just thinking about it? Well, ImaginePittsburgh.com is the perfect place to start. The website pulls together all the open jobs listed in the 10-county Pittsburgh region into a searchable database, and what's really in demand in our region may surprise you. Laura Fisher's back with us. She's co-publisher of ImaginePittsburgh.com, a public service of the Allegheny Conference on Community Development, which does, of course, co-produce this program. Welcome. Good, Laura. Good to see you again.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so how we just starting a new year? Are there jobs out there on ImaginePittsburgh.com?
Lots of jobs. Yeah? We've got about 23,000 jobs in the 10-county region, and about 18,000 of those are full-time jobs. There are also internships, so all the students out there should pay attention. I think right now we've got about 200 internships posted. So everything from entry level through experienced, lots of opportunity.
Well, it might surprise a lot of people, though. The unemployment rate's been coming down. Our region's better than the state and the nation as a whole, still around 6.5%, though. So there's a lot of people out there looking for work.
Well, and I think one of the challenges is that the opportunities out there are increasingly technical in nature. Right now, out of all of those jobs, about 57% of those jobs are focused around IT. And what that really tells us is that it isn't just the information technology and communication sector. IT permeates all of our sectors: financial and business services, manufacturing, energy, even healthcare. So a real good question for people to ask themselves is, what are their skill sets look like relative to what the job demand is out there? And poking around on the Imagine site is a great way to get a feel for what companies are looking for, because you can search by your own experience, by keyword, by location, and by occupation.
Well, when you say IT, now are you talking software engineers, or is it a variety of skills that happen to be in that IT space?
I think it's everything from the highest end software architecture to more entry-level and skilled positions around data management. So there's a wide range of opportunity for people who may have a high school degree plus some certification, or a 2-year degree all the way through the 4-year degree and plus.
And you mentioned it's not just IT companies. It's not like these are just all the jobs are being created by software companies. It's really across the board in a lot of other industries as well.
It's in every single sector, and it's in everything from retail companies to consumer companies to all of our major growing sectors in the region. And I think what's really interesting is that what we see is people thinking about a specific occupation and a specific sector, and with the exception of healthcare, occupations are really bleeding across all of our sectors, meaning that if you're working in IT or you have a skill set around maintenance technology, it isn't just the energy sector, just manufacturing, where your skills are going to be in demand. I think healthcare and nursing is really about the only occupation where, if that's what you study, that's the sector you're going to work in. So people should think creatively about their skill set. Even if they've always worked in financial services, for example, their skill set may be in very high demand in manufacturing or even in information and communications technology.
Now, given the size of the healthcare sector in our region, I assume they're still looking for people, right? But they're probably looking for IT people as well as nurses.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. They certainly are.
Beyond some of those sectors in this IT focus, anything else really stand out? Do you have to have some kind of technical skills, whether they're truly IT skills or not, to have a better shot in this economy?
Well, I think what really matters is the ability for you as an applicant to be specific about what you can do. If you have certification, if you have certain skill sets that reflect what they say they're looking for in the position, being as concrete as possible is an important way to get past the initial screening. I think while we have a lot of focus on technical skills, when you talk to employers, they still talk a lot about their concerns about the so-called soft skills. Communication ability, the ability to work in teams, having a global perspective. So being able to relate your experiences, even if they've been in a very different field, to some of those more broad, getting along with people, being effective in a workplace is something to try and really zero in on in talking with employers.
Now, only about a minute left, but one thing we haven't talked as much about is energy, and for the last few years it seems to have been, that's been all the talk in the region about sort of energy-related jobs. Is that still a sector where there's opportunity, or does it kind of get folded into this broad demand for technically skilled people?
Well, there's still a lot of demand across all of our energy sectors, and many of those tend to be pretty specialized or technical jobs. But again, energy is competing for some of the same skill sets that manufacturing and other sectors are. So while there's a lot of demand in energy, people with the right skills are going to find they're going to be in demand not only in energy but in some of these other sectors as well.
All right, well, fascinating place to begin the exploration. ImaginePittsburgh.com. Laura Fisher, thanks so much.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Next up, who says you can't make it in America? American Textile is proving that you can, and they're proving it right here in our region. Stay with us.